Hello, my name is Cynners. I am a fashion designer and mystic. Today's pick a card reading is about taking back your superpowers. You can choose between two contact lens cases, red or blue. Take your time to decide. And when you're ready, I'll see you in your reading. Pile one, here's your reading. I have pulled cards from the Angelarium Oracle of Emanation, and I've also pulled cards from She Believed She Could, so she did. Pile number one, the superpowers you are taking back are Zachariel, Angel of Memory, and Jeruva, Left Hand, Judgment. You are taking back repressed memory. At least that's the initial message. Crucial memory about your past or who you are. I get it. You are recalling your past lives. I'm getting it down right now. Your past lives are going to be flooding in to you like crazy from this time that you're getting this message, this video. Journal. Get a journal. Dedicate it to your spiritual growth. Oh my god, this is a really intense download. Every time I use this oracle card. Your past lives are going to come flooding back into you, and you will be required and expected to implement these newfound knowledge on the placement and the judgment of not yourself, but onto others. Oh shit. You're a starseed. You're not from here. You are meant to be carrying messages of humanity that has taken place in the past, present, and future. Time is not linear. You are retrieving wisdom. You are withdrawing and retrieving wisdom from the entirety of human history, from the Akashic records, if I have to like give you terminologies for you to understand. You're tapping into that consciousness and you are using it to help pass divine judgment onto the actions and opportunities and the type of people you discern to work with moving forward. And you'll also be counseling and teaching people how to do this for their own lives, so they are more discerning, and so that their lives will also be empowered, and they too will be set on a better path where their mindset will be that of someone who can take back their superpowers. Because you, pal one, where you're at in life right now, you are in the prime position of receiving your scepter. I see a visual of you sitting on your throne already. You made the way to sitting on the throne. You know it's your rightful place. You don't have self-sabotaging tendencies anymore. You're owning your power. The crown has been bestowed upon you, and now you are receiving the staff scepter to rule. The scepter will be the guidance connecting from divine, grounding onto earth, and you as the conductor and medium and vessel to be delivering these divine judgments upon humanity. Now, I'm not saying this like, oh, it's doomsday, like, no, not like that. In the sense of like, you'll have better counseling choices and intellect, and you're gonna help balance back the karma that has been way long overdue. I'm literally picturing like, my nose got itchy really suddenly. I'm picturing like a scale that is not a scale, but like a, what are those things called? Let's just pretend it's like something that's weighted, and it's tipping over almost to the halfway point, because once it gets to the halfway point, no amount of momentum can stop it from swinging before it goes back up top. You're at this moment where it's about to drop, and you are not going to try to pull it back. You're going to make it drop faster so it could have the momentum to carry it back up top again. to stay afloat. And why am I comparing this? This karmic wheel has been stagnant and put on pause. It has been manipulated on a collective level to be put on pause in a specific timeline on the progression of humanity's consciousness and ascension. Oh, this is some deep shit. It has been put on pause. Okay, conspiracy theory. There are people who put it on pause so that they can catch up with a timeline to make sure they rule, to make sure they don't lose their superpowers. But they're the villains because they're trying to suppress the greater good of all for selfish gains. That's what makes a villain. Very selfish. Minus Thanos though. But he was selfish because he thought he was doing it for the greater good without considering other people's opinion, and it was his decision he thought was most finite. He never, I don't believe he took this guidance from divine or the collective divine, not the collective consciousness of humanity, but the collective consciousness of divine. I don't think he ever tapped into that. He just thought he was God himself and he just can make the decisions, right? It has been paused for a long time, causing great strain on the cosmic cycle of life to progress. You're here to add some lubrication on that, or to cut these strings. Okay, now it's time for you to see the cards. I was on a channeling rant there. It's time for you to take your divine sword of truth and discernment and cut these karmic ties. You, my Padawan, are meant to hear this message. My voice is not meant, at least from my current understanding, I'm being told by my guides right now, it's not meant to be initially for the mass public. I am here to collect a handful of you guys to spread this wisdom so you guys can help move the karmic wheel ahead to fix this before the gap widens so much where it's really hard to bridge back again until, like, I'm hearing aeons and aeons and aeons of lifetime. We don't want that. And we can help it. Because think about it. My guys are saying think about it, not me. I mean, yeah. Humanity gets destroyed, so what? Right? Okay, think about it on a smaller scale. Animals get destroyed. What's it going to do? Affect other animals. What's that going to do? Affect humanity. And then the earth gets destroyed. Everything is like a friggin' Jenga effect. Right? What's higher than humanity? Divine. The parallel realities that's all fabricated and weaved and woven in together. Those are going to start collapsing. It's going to start collapsing. Reality, oh my God. All of space and time and reality will start collapsing in on itself if we are holding back the cycle that is meant to happen, the circulation that is meant to happen for things to evolve and glow and grow and blossom and bloom and then ascend and pass away and return back to the beginning again. If that gets stalled, everything is going to be affected. Wow. Your superpower, Padawan, is blowing my mind away. Yeah, judgment. So you have a left hand and you have a right hand. In fact, you have many hands. You have like a total of 3 hands here. And there is bells on either side of your wrists. One on the left and one on the right. So it's almost like depending which side you choose is the indication of what your decision has been made. Left, let's just go very simplified. Left is wrong, so the wrong bell jingles. Right is passage and acceptance or approval. The bell jingles and goes off. But there's a third hand. What is this third hand? The third hand is divine, lending its third hand into helping you make the right decision without biasness, and to have the bravery to admit when you do make wrong predictions, because nobody is perfect. We all still have distorted lens, no matter how much we try to piece together the fractures of our perspective on reality. There's always layers and layers of fractures that are yet still to be repaired. So while we are on our way, Pal 1, towards a much more truer lens without distortion and perception of the ego and fear, divine will be guiding us between then. I mean, you can still go and make mistakes. No pressure or anything. No, but for sure that there's pressure. I'm going to be real with you. That's why there's that hand in the middle. It's like an advisor for you to decide together what is the best course of action. Because ultimately we're all connected. Our ancestors are affected by this. And then divine is affected by this. Our guides, our angels, our deities, they are all our ancestors, especially if they have at some point reincarnated here on earth. They have tapped into human consciousness and have added their own energy and essence in the gene pool of humanity DNA. So there's an aspect of them that is within us, and an aspect of us within them. Our energies have intertwined like a DNA. And because of this, that's why it concerns them, because even before dawn of time, I hear, whether or not we acknowledge this, we all need one another. We, as in like collective existence, we, not just human we, like plants, planets, solar systems, constellations, like black holes, white holes, parallel realities, entities. We all need each other. And this is going to help break down the illusion of divide. You are going to be protected for this journey. There's a shield. This is supposed to be a halo, but I see a shield on your head. Your crown is protected. You're protected. Yeah, you're protected. You're meant to go on this path. You're like the Reaper, but not the one from like Earth, Hell, and that kind of Reaper. I feel like you're like a holy Reaper. You're like a divine Reaper, an enlightened Reaper, the sacred Reaper, the sacred death. You're here to bring an end of things, which will inevitably allow for a new beginning. This is very beautiful. How you will be doing this, Pal 1, you'll be doing it as a faceless anonymous. There is no face here. Of course you have a face, but according to having people trace you back, they won't be able to. So you are meant to be doing this in a cryptic sort of way, passing on a message, are actively making choices and not necessarily having to explain yourself. Because most people, especially the collective you are going to be required and asked to save and to help awaken, or at least to redirect to a better outcome, you don't need to explain yourself. No one's gonna ask. They won't even know to ask. It's just practical steps you're just gonna take. You're gonna make certain decisions. You're gonna go out on certain days compared to other days. You're gonna reach out and befriend certain people, whereas others you will avoid. You'll just do this naturally, intrinsically, instinctually, I hear. And it will be the beginning of setting off a domino effect. This ties back to similar energy to the anonymous energy I was picking up on for messages for the underdogs. I feel like you guys are from the same collective. And if you haven't already seen that video, I'm going to put a card up here. Check it out after this video. You're going to be spreading it far and wide. These also look like cable wires too. You're going to spread it on the internet. You're going to spread it in art. You're going to spread it in your network. You're going to spread it in your storytelling. You're going to spread it in your writing, in your script. Some of you are in the entertainment industry. Yeah, you're blue. And you look like a beetle. So communication and flight. Air element is about communication, so, and you're like in the sky. I mean, the other one's in the sky too, but I do feel like you have a vast network of people you'll be sharing this information with and helping people in general become protected and empowered and steering them in another direction. This is a very amazing superpower, by the way. Amazing. Top tier superpower. Let's look at your cards for the she believes she could, so she did. I am not a has-been. I am a will be. Lauren Bacall. The other card is keep your eyes on the stars, but remember to keep your feet on the ground. Theodore Roosevelt. Yeah, keep your eyes on the stars, the divine, but remember to keep your feet on the ground, but pay attention to how you're implementing it. Where are you heading with this knowledge? What actions are you taking with this knowledge? Yeah, you're getting your superpowers back the moment you decide to drop your past and be like, I don't know what other people thought about me back then, or who they associated me to be, or what kind of reality and identity I took on because the simulation of the perception of an expectation from society of how I was supposed to be, or like, yeah, I'm hearing the stereotypes that you were boxed into. Like, once you drop all of that and you realize you are a multifaceted heck of a human being in existence, you're gonna realize that you can be anything you want to be. I am a will be. So what do you want to be? The moment you decide is when you're gonna get your superpowers. Damn, because you are the magician. Yeah, you are your own creator of your reality. You are a wonderful manifester. You are the alchemist. You are the alchemist. Some of you know coding, so you're going to be spreading messages of enlightenment or make positive change with your ability to code. Some of you guys might even use your superpowers in the sense of creating software programs that can help improve many other people's lives and problems in other countries, third world countries. Very cool. I certainly hope you enjoyed your reading, Pile 1, on discovering what superpower will be entering into your life soon. If you want to follow me into pile number 2, you're more than welcome to. If you like this reading and you enjoy my vibe, be sure to subscribe. If you want to check out my clothing or book a personalized reading from me, you can find all of the links down below in the description box. I love you. Pile 2. Here is your reading for what sort of superpower you are taking back. The first card you got was Shilagil, Angel of Snow. And second card is Bina, Left Eye, Knowledge. In the past, someone tried their best to stall and freeze your communication, and you are actually frozen in time for a really, really long time. You were part of the karmic wheel that has been stalled. You were supposed to be the second half component of the first half from pile 1, which is the initiator into sending and passing the message onto you, the receiver. And the fact that you're cold, you're frozen in time, makes me think of yin and energy. You're the feminine, the divine feminine to the divine masculine. I'm shook right now because pile 1 is blue, but it's looks like a male body with a higher deity that is like a skeleton. The second pile, you're a female, but your higher entity is like masculine. No, it's feminine too. I see bosoms. Okay, yeah. I'm getting goosebumps right now. This is insane. Okay, pile 2. You were supposed to be implementing a practice or taking action the moment you received the messages from those around you who are enlightened to help implement and take action. It's like reaching out, trying to reach out to touch these threads of communication. I'm going to zoom in and let you see because I'm seeing this whole picture in my head right now. Do you see? It's like she's trying to reach out for him. She's like, or more like in the past. She's stuck in the past, trying to reach forward. So, but you were frozen. You couldn't connect. Yeah, the earrings around your helmet, the jewelry around your helmet makes me think of like antennas. You're waiting to receive. Oh my gosh, I don't know why the song from David Bowie, Major Tom. I'm gonna look up the lyrics. Something, something, da da da, da 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 da, da 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 da. It's about space too. I didn't know that. Well, I do now. I need lyrics. Da da da. Oh, ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Oh my god, she's wearing a helmet. Why am I feeling so emotional all of a sudden? Check ignition and may God's love be with you. And then there's a countdown. You've really made the grade and the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. I'm stepping through the door and I'm floating in a most peculiar way, and the stars look very different today. For here am I sitting in a tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. Though I'm past 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still. And I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much, she knows. Oh, your circuit's dead. There's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? This is some heavy ass energy. Hold on, I need to get tissue. Okay, the reason why I broke down into tears is because I felt so much heartbreak in this reading pile 2. And it's like a cosmic heartbreak. If you guys can even fathom what that feels like. It's not just heartbreak on a humanity level. It's not heartbreak for, you know, a lover. Imagine the feeling you feel a heartbreak for a lover, but instead this lover is like the divine greatness of God, and like you are separated, you should feel separated from God, because you're meant to walk this path, this divine path, to be who you rightfully are, and you couldn't because Your plans have been ambushed. Oh my god, and I can't stop crying. Let me calm down first. It's like floating in space, literally, figuratively, and orbiting in pure darkness, wondering if you'll ever make contact with any other higher intelligence ever again. You don't know how far away you are from home. You're really far away from home. And what I mean by that is, like, just like Power 1, you're a starseed. And you traveled really far away from home. Oh my god, I guess I'm right. To do this mission. And midway in your mission, you got stuck. And you were held up for a long time. And you couldn't go back home until your mission is done, because if you went back now, you might not have a home to go back to, wherever that home was or is. Because everything you left home to do was for the sake of protecting the safety of your home and the future of your home, the legacy of your home, the generations of your home. Oh my god. Oh, there's a lot of deep pain in this. I'm gonna keep channeling. I feel Pile 2, you have wisdom and knowledge, and you're passing this wisdom and knowledge down to Pile 1, because Pile 1 has judgment and they needed your wisdom to be able to guide and direct. This is so beautiful. You are like a rose, I hear. Pile 2. You're like a rose. You have something really special inside you, Pile 2. And it's like this divine light is coming across as a pearl. This light that has been accumulated for decades and aeons and millennia. I don't know what spectrum. They're saying a lot. I can't even count. I can't even fathom with my little puny peanut brain what that is like. But all of that light collected together has created a pearl. A beautiful pearl, which I'm getting the imagery of like droplets of dew on a rose petal. This is a very beautiful imagery. Superpower, please. You are the bridge. You are the bridge. You are the bridge from intergalactic intelligence, between that and connecting to higher beings and people who are able to connect that information to Earth. It's like reaching down the food chain from the highest part of the food chain. What's your superpower? Your superpower is to no longer give of yourself, but to learn how to receive, because you are the divine feminine after all. You're the divine feminine. You're going to learn to receive. The reason why I'm saying that so confidently is because this card here shows this woman trying to reach for what's precious to her. It's almost as if someone did it on purpose. They placed it in front of her, just right on her nose. Yet she can't, her hands are binded. She has to reach through her heart to get it, but she can't. This belongs to her. That's why she was trying to take it back. But she won't get it as long as she's trying to reach outwards. The more outward she reaches, the more her hands will be binded. What she needs to do is reach inwards, within. And when she reaches within, she could pull her hand out, and this light will be hers. Look, it never flew away. It never left. It was always there to begin with. It was always hers. It was just how she went about going to get it. So how will this lead to your superpower? When you go within, when you give back to yourself, when you pull back your energy, when you focus back on yourself, and you love yourself and respect yourself and acknowledge yourself and celebrate yourself the way you always should have. You are the pearl. You don't just get the pearl, you are the pearl, because her outfit here, her armored outfit and helmet, looks like it's made of pearls. It's made of pearls. You are the pearl. The pearl is you. The pearl is your superpower. Your superpower is you. And you will activate that. You will activate who you truly are and are meant to be, and the role you're supposed to fulfill. The moment you go within and you take yourself back, you take your power back, that is when your superpower will be activated. Wow. Your superpower is you. To live in your divine truth and to share your knowledge and your wisdom and play out this role that you were always meant to play, that was frozen in time, to help move forward the karmic scale, the karmic wheel, to bring it back into a full swing. You have what it takes to move it forward. You're like the key, and Pal 1 is like the key bearer, but they cannot connect to you until they first get their superpower. It's a trigger. Everything is a trigger. I highly recommend you watch Pal 1 just to understand better your role. They have to be in a position where they can wake up, get their superpower back, become the key bearer, and then actively reach out to people like you, Pal 2, trigger you to help you heal yourself, so you could go within and take your power back and activate and become the key. And then when the key crosses paths with the key bearer, suddenly now there's a purpose. You get into full activation with the help of this key bearer, and both of you together creates a third component, which is to unlock the karmic wheel so things can progress and ascend and evolve and revolutionize the way it always was meant to be. Let's look at your, I don't know what this would be, empowerment oracle deck. She believes she could, so she did. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Henry S. Haskins. Okay, synchronicity. I did not look at these cards when I shuffled them and put them into pre-piles for you guys. So this was like divine timing, totally. Second card. Go for it now. The future is promised to no one. Wayne Dyer. Go for it now. Go for what? Go for believing in yourself. Go for cheering on and becoming your own best friend. Go for becoming your own best cheerleader. What will your life look like if you fully believed in yourself and you did everything it took to become the person you've always wanted to be? What does that look like? How will your life look like? How would you look like? How would you carry yourself? Pile number 2. Because the moment you start stepping towards that is when you will be unlocking your superpower of becoming the divine key and helping progress ascension forward. You are meant to inspire the mass collective. You're meant to inspire and move people so that it brings back the balance of more enlightened people than there are sleeping people. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for your time and energy. I'm sorry for all the tears, and if it triggered you and made you feel bad, that was a very deep reading. If you would like to check out other readings I have done in my playlist, feel free to. Or if you would like to book a personalized reading or shop from my clothing store, link is in the description box below. Now with that being said, if you like my vibe, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.